this latest episode of how would you have answered this question if this was your son? Okay.
Oh, man.
Aaron Judge, he snuck up over 430 this weekend. At one point, he was hitting 434. Currently hitting 423 with 11 home runs, 33 runs batted, and 55 hits. You say he's like minus $1 billion for the MVP of the American League right now.
Yeah, it's not even worth putting money down.
Cooper, 14 years old, turns to me and says, Dad, is Aaron Judge going to be the best Yankee of my life?
Oh, 100%.
That's your quick response?
Yeah, without question.
TJ?
You know, sometimes we get those questions, and I'm like, did the kid really say that? But I believe Coop
I swear to God,
I'm saying,
he says,
I
Dad,
believe Coop said
is
that.
Aaron Judge
And
going to be the greatest Yankee of my life?
Yes, unless Shohei Ohtani finds himself onto the Yankees.
And
then
I
yes.
was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Probably. But I didn't see Aaron Judge coming either. You know, when
he's a
Aaron
late
Judge,
bloomer. He's a late bloomer.
When Aaron Judge showed up, you could see he's got an incredible talent.
Yeah, size, power.
And even over the last 2 years, the power he was generating, he's now hitting for average.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming.
For a month.
I know that.
Yeah, I mean.
But the raising
guys
of
have hot months.
The raising of his game to this level, even, I didn't see that coming from the last 2 years to this year. Susie was giving the example that you never know what's going to happen. He even mentioned Lou Gehrig and how, his career came to an end out of nowhere.
Judge did hit 322 last year.
Yeah, but
she used that as an example of, life's short and you never know.
But barring any, unforeseen circumstances, any tragedies.
But I said at the end of the day, it sure looks like it. That Aaron Judge, you are 14, and Aaron Judge is going to be the best Yankee of your life.
How old is Judge?
33.
Unbelievable what he is doing right now.
Yeah.
And then it led me to think, who has been the greatest Yankee he's ever seen in his 14 years?
Coop?
And I thought to myself, and I told him, he doesn't remember, but it's Mariano. And speaking as somebody who's a Jeter fanatic, as you know, I call him the most perfect person on planet Earth. Also helps that he's a University of Michigan guy. And we'll talk about that later. Mattingly walks on water for me. My daughter's middle name is Mattingly.
What year was Coop born?
2011.
Okay, he played 2 years after that.
I know that, but he never saw him play.
Yeah.
So Judge is the best Yankee of anybody he can remember seeing.
Yeah.
But in terms of his lifetime, I mean, in terms of maybe even my lifetime, Mariano.
Better than Reggie?
I mean, Reggie was Mr. October, and what Reggie did was put the Yankees back in the World Series win column for the first time. What was at the time the longest drought in the history of the franchise. Now we're going through it.
I'm sure people will give you pushback against a reliever who may have pitched.
That's what I mean.
I know,
but everyday players.
But
that's the only pushback I can see.
It was over.
Yeah. I will tell you this. I am, to this day, when did Mariano retire?
13.
Okay, totally spoiled. Yeah. Totally spoiled. When a Yankee reliever comes in and blows it, which Luke Weaver hasn't done it, but let's just use Devin Williams for an example in the first 2 weeks of the season. It's just like, how does this happen? I swear to God, the guy's totally ruined closers for me. Totally.
Well, he's an anomaly. You're not.
I know, which is why I point out he's maybe the greatest Yankee of my lifetime. And that's saying a lot. You know how I feel about Reggie, Mattingly, and Jeter. But all this stuff was like, Cooper just turns to me out of the blue because I think he came up with a triple to hit 434.
Yep.
His second triple of the month, I believe, if not the season. And he says, Dad, is he going to be the greatest Yankee of my life? And I'm like, man.
Definitely.
And then I sent you the screen grab of what Judge has done over the last 162. Yeah. And he's hitting 370 with 64 home runs and 100 gajillion RBIs.
He leads the league in 13 offensive categories right now.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.